here at the 2010 OneMedForum in San Francisco. I'm now joined by Denis Corin. Denis, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Nice to be with you.
I think the best way to start is just a brief summary of TapImmune.
Sure. TapImmune was basically grown up at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, Canada, and the premise was looking at how the immune system misses cancer cells as they grow. So how do cancer cells evade the immune system? And what our scientists discovered was that there was a particular protein or a chaperone responsible for moving cancer antigens or markers to the surface of cells, and that little chaperone is called TAP, and it stands for Transporters Associated with Antigen Processing. And what he discovered was that in most metastatic cancers, TAP is somehow downregulated by the cancer cell so that that cancer cell can continue to grow undetected. And what he hypothesized was if there was a way to reintroduce TAP into those cancer cells and make it function normally, would the cancer cell basically illuminate itself to the immune system, and would the immune system recognize that the cancer was present, target it, and destroy it?
So that became your platform technology.
That started off as the platform technology and what really launched the company, and the initial publications that were published in medical journals and then in mainstream media. It was a fairly significant discovery that really sort of filled the gap between an immune response and why the immune system is not recognizing the cancer cell. So that's really where the company started.
So where are you now on the oncology platform?
So right now we're just gearing up for the actual manufacture of the TAP vaccine for oncology. Our preclinical data was very successful in non-small cell lung cancer. We showed a 70% survival rate in preclinical animal studies. So we're gearing that up as a standalone vaccine with targets initially looking at melanoma or small cell lung cancer, and we'll develop that as it goes along. Now we have about a 15-month ramp-up process for the actual production and manufacture of the vaccine prior to a phase 1 clinical study.
Fantastic. Now this is also very efficacious in infectious disease.
Yeah, what Dr. Jeffries discovered after, or hypothesized further, is that if you could restore TAP functionality in a cell where it's been downregulated, what would overexpression of TAP in a normal functioning cell do in terms of a prophylactic vaccine? And what he discovered was that by overexpressing TAP, you make that antigen presentation much more prevalent and much more successful. And he tried it with vaccinia virus, which is a pox virus like smallpox, and he showed that it could use 100 times less of the active inocular and convey the same protective immunity. And this, of course, has major implications. This again was picked up by mainstream media based on all of the pandemic viruses that are out there today. At the time, it was things like SARS and West Nile virus.
H1N1 now.
H1N1, yeah. I mean, this has really sort of shone a laser focus on this type of technology recently.
So this platform technology could potentially become an adjuvant for the already existing vaccines that often there's many dosing problems with.
Yeah,
anyways.
a lot of what we hoped to be very successful vaccine programs in HIV, for example, were halted because the productivity and the efficacy of the actual vaccine wasn't there at later stages, and increasing TAP or overexpressing TAP might just push that antigen expression higher and make those vaccines more effective. So we really believe that this is a key focus for us. We're hoping to see some significant partnerships in this area. Pharmaceutical companies, vaccine manufacturers are all looking for that solution to making pandemic vaccines available to great populations or the entire population where they haven't been able to match the demand at this point.
Along those same lines of partnerships, I guess as a quick recap here, what kind of major catalysts and milestones do you think from an investor standpoint we could see for the remainder of 2010 for TapImmune?
Well, I think 2010 might be sort of the TSN turning point for TapImmune if you look at it that way. The market is significantly more focused on this area. In the oncology area, Dendreon have had some success and are expecting FDA approval fairly shortly. So from an oncology platform, that kind of aligns with what we're doing. And on the infectious disease side, I mean, H1N1 and pandemic outbreaks all over the world are making this a major focus for all companies. So we're expecting a couple of partnerships this year that will further validate our technology and help us take it forward into the clinic. And I think we'll have some good success with that.
Fantastic. Denis, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Bill. It's been a pleasure being with you.
Again, that was TapImmune. For more information, they trade under the symbol TPIV. You can also find information at their website, tapimmune.com, as well as OneMedPlace.com.